Good evening. The proposed budget for President Bongbong Marcos's travel expenses in 2025 is pegged at 1.054 billion pesos, according to the Department of Budget and Management. In a briefing, the agency says the proposed allocation is 94 million pesos or 8% less than Marcos's travel budget in 2024, which was at 1.14 billion pesos. Budget Secretary Amena Pangandaman assures the public that despite the lesser number of travels, Marcos would still be able to maintain his objective of engaging with other nations.
We still continue to go out and parang kumbaga we market the Philippines as an investment destination. Tuloy-tuloy po yan. Samantalang yung iba po, may mga napirmahan na po ng mga memorandum of understanding and agreement ng ating presidente. Kailangan pa rin po, meron din pa pong follow-ups itong mga ito para to ensure na makarating nga itong mga investments na kalap natin yung mga nakaraang taon.
In total, the proposed budget for the Office of the President is 10.446 billion pesos, including confidential funds at 2.25 billion pesos and intelligence funds at 2.31 billion pesos. In total, the Office of the President's proposed budget for 2025 is slightly lower than 2024, which was at 10.645 billion pesos. Meanwhile, the DBM says the Office of the Vice President's proposed budget for 2025 is 2.37 billion pesos. This proposed budget is 8% higher than its 2024 budget of 1.874 billion pesos. The budget proposal submitted by the DBM will now be scrutinized by lawmakers from both the House and the Senate. Lawmakers can still cut or increase the budget for different government agencies, including the Office of the President. The Philippine government will not block any arrest warrants that the International Criminal Police Organization may issue concerning the International Criminal Court's drug war case, according to the Department of Justice. DOJ Secretary Jesus Crispin Remulla says while the Philippines is no longer a member of the International Criminal Court, the country remains a part of Interpol, which facilitates worldwide police cooperation and crime control. When asked about what the government will do if the Interpol issues arrest warrants on suspects in the ICC drug war case, Remulla says the country is not in the business of blocking Interpol's job, which is to fight international crime. The Office of the Prosecutor of the ICC, which investigates the Duterte administration's brutal anti-drug campaign, has tagged Senator Bato de la Rosa as well as 4 retired and active officials as suspects in the drug war case. Solicitor General Menardo Guevara previously said they cannot stop the ICC from investigating people it considers suspects in its drug war case. According to Guevara, the ICC prosecutor can come to the Philippines and interview suspects if required. Department of Justice Secretary Jesus Crispin Remulla says it is not a bad matter to remove some of Vice President Sara Duterte's security personnel. Remulla's statement comes after Duterte's appeal for protection for her family after the Philippine National Police recalled 75 police officers from her personal protection team. According to Remulla, from 400 personnel assigned to the Vice President, there is still around about 320 security personnel assigned to her. Remulla also points out that Duterte has more security personnel than President Bongbong Marcos. On Tuesday, Duterte said she hoped for her family's safety as she thanked Senators Ronald de la Rosa, Robin Padilla, and Bongo for their support after the Philippine National Police pulled out 75 cops from her security group. Senators are questioning Department of Public Works and Highways Chief Manuel Bonoan over the lack of an integrated national flood control master plan despite perennial flooding in the country. During the Senate Committee on Public Works hearing, Bonoan says several master plans exist in 18 major river basins, which are in various preparation stages. However, Senator Amy Marcos was not satisfied with Bonoan's statement and asked Bonoan to clarify if a national flood control master plan exists.
So there's an admission on the part of the DPWH that in fact a national flood control master plan still does not exist. Tama po ba yun? Kasi hiwa-hiwala yung 18 eh. Hindi naman sila pinagdugtong-dugtong. Hindi pa naka-align sa MMDA, meron sari-sarili rin at pira-piraso yung ating LGU. Tama po ba yung sitwasyon?
Bunoan then admits that the master plans are still being updated. Senator Joel Villanueva also interjects, saying that an integrated flood control master plan is not existing up to now, which is the reason why flood water ends up in his province, Bulacan.
It's very important kasi kahit na gamitin mo yung sa isa, for example, yung binabanggit po lagi dito, ang bilis ng pagbaba ng tubig dito sa Metro Manila, which is good for the Manileños, those who are living in the metro area. Pero it appears na parang dun sa amin pumupunta or sa Cavite pumupunta. Bakit ang tagalunong tubig sa amin?
Last week, Metro Manila and nearby provinces of Cavite and Bulacan were flooded due to the onslaught of Super Typhoon Karina. The National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council reported that 36 people have died from the Super Typhoon. Senator Robin Padilla is seeking a fresh push to amend the 1987 Philippine Constitution to shatter political dynasties. Padilla, who heads the Senate panel on constitutional amendments and revision of codes, files a resolution of both houses number 9 on Wednesday, July 31. In a statement, the senator notes that term limits mandated under the Constitution have failed to end political dynasties. Padilla stresses that instead of waiting for an enabling law from Congress, the resolution of both houses number 9 seeks restrictions on relatives running for public office. Padilla's resolution of both houses number 9 specifically seeks to amend the 1987 Philippine Constitution's Section 26 of Article 2, which removes the clause "as may be defined by law" for it to be read as the state shall guarantee equal access to opportunities for public service. In July, Padilla filed Senate Bill number 2730, which aims to fulfill the Constitution's mandate to prohibit political dynasties in the country. The Land Transportation and Franchising Regulatory Board says the Public Utility Vehicle Modernization Program will go on, despite the filing of Senate Resolution number 1096 calling for the suspension of the program due to concerns raised by some drivers and transport groups. In a statement, LTFRB Chairman Teofilo Guadis II assures drivers, operators, and stakeholders who participated in the Public Utility Vehicle Modernization Program that it will proceed as long as there is no directive coming from the President and the Department of Transportation to halt the program. Guadis adds that the LTFRB respects the resolution signed by 22 out of 23 senators. All senators signed except Senator Risa Hontiveros. According to the senators, the program needs a thorough review and reassessment to ease the fear of drivers and operators who will be directly affected by its implementation. And these are the stories you need to know today. I'm Neil Mercado. Follow INQUIRER.net on Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Reddit. For more stories, visit INQUIRER.net. Good evening.